It's one of the most divisive acts in all of car culture. To some, it's blasphemy. To others, it's art. You see it all the time. An LS inside a 240SX or an FCRX7, a 2JZ in an E36, a K24 inside a Porsche. Every time the comments explode saying it's ruined or disrespectful, calling them cursed builds. But beneath all of that, there's a question worth asking. Why do people get so emotional about what powers someone else's car? My guess is that as enthusiasts, maybe we've forgotten what car culture was built on in the first place. There's a certain kind of purity in car culture, a belief that a car's soul lives inside its engine, that removing it somehow erases its identity. To purists, a Supra without a 2JZ isn't a Supra. A Mustang without a V8 isn't a Mustang, and putting an LS engine in a Miata? That's like rewriting the DNA of an entire species. But here's the thing, this obsession with purity, it isn't new. It's been part of car culture since the beginning. Back in the post-war years, brand loyalty wasn't just marketing, it was identity. American grease monkeys swore by Detroit steel. British purists worshipped carburetors and balance. And when Japanese performance began to rise in the 70s and 80s, it came with its own pride. A quiet belief that true craftsmanship could only come from home soil. Mixing them? That was blasphemy. Putting a V8 in a Datsun or a rotary in a Volkswagen wasn't innovation, it was heresy. The lines between brands became cultural borders, but borders are meant to be crossed. Let's rewind to the 1960s, when Carroll Shelby took a small, elegant British roadster, the AC Ace, and stuffed a brutal American V8 under the hood. The result was the Cobra, a Frankenstein creation that didn't belong to either side of the Atlantic, but became one of the most legendary sports cars ever made. Or the Sunbeam Tiger, another British chassis fused with a Ford V8. Or the Toyota 2000 GT built with help from Yamaha. Crossbreeds have always been part of the story. Even the NSX, Honda's proudest engineering statement, was tested and refined by a Formula One legend who didn't even drive for Honda at the time, Aaron Senna. Cars have never been pure. They've always been collaborative. That's what made them interesting. So why do people get angry about it? Because cars aren't just machines, they're symbols. When you like something, you want it to stay the same simply because you like it that way. And when someone changes that, it feels like they're rewriting what made it good in the first place. But the reality is this. When someone makes a build and chooses a different engine, they're not destroying a car's identity. They're expressing their own. It's not disrespect, it's individuality. And that's something car culture used to celebrate before the internet turned it into a scoreboard. The beauty of car culture is that it's alive. It's people building things not because they should, but because they can. An LS-swapped RX-7 isn't a crime. It's a story about someone who wanted reliability and torque without sacrificing style. A 2JZ-swapped Mustang isn't an insult to Ford. It's a handshake between two worlds that were never supposed to meet. The engine is just the medium. The real art is the vision. The late nights, the wiring, the trial and error, the sounds that no one else ever heard before. That's what defines a car's soul. Intention, not origin. So the next time you see an engine bay that makes you question reality, don't think of it as blasphemy. Think of it as an experiment in freedom. Because when we stop telling people what they're allowed to create, that's when car culture truly comes alive again. Whether it's forged in Japan, built in Detroit, or engineered in Stuttgart. The only thing that matters is that it moves you. Because passion doesn't have a nationality, and the engine doesn't care what badge still sits above it. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and hit subscribe. It helps us bring more stories like this to life. What kind of topics do you want us to cover next? Let us know down in the comments. We're always digging for the overlooked and the obscure. Until next time, stay fast, stay curious, and never stop driving.